Hey, it's Panzerkunz here. Today's Sunday, my day off, so I decided to try to crank out another video. And as the title says, this is going to be a dogfight between the BF-109B, the Tier 4, and the Tier 5, the BF-109E. So we just throw up their stats for a comparison so you can see what I'm up against. Guns. The E obviously has better guns. It does about 100 damage more. So in the firepower department, I don't want to be going head to head. He has all the advantage. So that's one thing he has. And in the battle, we're both specialized, so I decided to show two of them that are specialized. I don't know what equipment he has, but similar performance that you can see. With survivability, he has more hit points and he's more resistant to damage. So the shots that I take from him are going to hurt me more. And then in airspeed, he cruises about 50 kilometers more and top speed about 80. And the biggest thing I also wanted to bring up was from Tier 4, you can't use the boost cooling or the boost mixture injection system. On any Tier 4 below, you can improve the top speed. Starting with Tier 5, you can. So these are big tier jumps, like from 4 to 5 and 7 to 8. With some of the equipment that becomes available, so you're kind of at a disadvantage at Tier 4 and 7 sometimes. But as you can see, look at all the bonuses to the engine performance that the E can have versus the B only has basically cruise. So acceleration and all that can come into play, as you can see in the replay. And maneuverability, this is a kind of an interesting one because we're pretty much the same across the board, but I can fly a little slower than he can, but he can fly faster than I can. He has 570, I have 525, so he can travel faster than me at the same turning rate, and it'll be harder for me to catch up to that. So that definitely comes into play. And lastly, altitude. We're only 100 meters off from our maximum optimal, but the thing to highlight here is the rate of climb, 130 versus 113. Not that much, but in the replay, this guy, he's going to be doing vertical turn fighting, vertical loops, and I have a hard time keeping up with him. So this is some of the things that you can do if someone tries this on you, how you can try to get around to get your guns and take them out. So without further ado, let's get into the replay. Alright, so here's the battle. It's a Tier 5. I'm in the BF-109B, and I'm going to be going up against that BF-109E specialized. And in this battle, their bomber does a pretty good job. Their Zero does a pretty good job. And our bomber was AFK, and none of the players on my side really go above 5,000 personal points. So it was a mismatch, but their team were pretty strong, and they got all the missile bases pretty quickly, so I wasn't really able to do much. But here's where I wanted to highlight my dogfight against the BF-109E. I'm going to the right military base here, seeing what I see, and sure enough, I see him first up. But before I commit to attack, I look around really quick to see what's up there, and I don't see any other players. So I go on an attack. He comes up to meet me, and he ends up taking something out. I'm trying to get on him here. And then he engages in that vertical turn fight I mentioned. He's able to outpace me going in the vertical with his superior engine power. So see, it's kind of horizontal right here, and I go forward to extend. I want to be in a lag pursuit, so I'm trying to make the circle bigger. See how I extend a little bit? I go up, and then I go to the left to try to get a better angle. And here I should have just attacked him straight up, but I wanted to get behind him. So that probably was a mistake right there. And he keeps going up in this loop, and it was giving me a really hard time because I can't see where he is. By doing the vertical loops, look how much he's out of my screen. It's hard to keep track of where he is. So I finally get him here, and I'm thinking, okay, they got the other military base. We're down in this battle. I need to get this. So in my head, I just got to get this military base. That's my #1 priority. And then this 197 comes up behind me, and I boost to try to get away. I'm doing everything I can. I'm I'm rolling, I'm banking, I'm just trying to get away, and I barely survived that. They have superiority now, so I'm like, oh my god, there's not much I can do. But I just focus here and just take one enemy out at a time. Alright, both fighters taken care of. AR is attacking me. I dodge, and somehow I survive that with 3 hit points. I'm like, okay, next enemy. Luckily that guy took him out. I have 1 HP left, and I'm able to take out this bullfighter. So there's a sigh of relief, but before I can do anything, the yak takes me out. So I was able to get the military base, and I'm hoping we can come back in this game. So I'll forward this here. And one thing I talk about in my other replays is when you die, someone goes right back to where they were, and that's exactly what I did. And I think that was a mistake. I probably should have went to this military base to try to cap that, right? But as you can see, right when we captured this, just look at the minimap. Look at how many red are in our base. 2 bombers, 2 GA, and the BF-109E went right back. We had this for like 30 seconds, and they already took it back. So this was a lost cause right from the start. Not much I can do, but I'm just gonna press on in this one. I make a pass at that bomber, and I see him there. And I'm just trying to figure out what is he doing. What is he gonna do? How could I get behind him? So I thought he was turning to me, so I turned away to avoid a head-on, but he wasn't. He was going after that, so that gave me the chance to get on his tail. But as I was saying in the hangar, he has superior engine power, and he can just loop around me, vertical turn fighting, and I can't get on his tail. And you see that? I extend out horizontally to try to cut into his turn. Instead of doing a vertical loop, I want to make it horizontal because that's where I have the advantage. I can turn slower than him, so if we get into a horizontal turn like this, that's where I have the advantage. But he doesn't let me do that. He keeps going in a vertical loop where he has it and I can't get him. And we're kind of at a stalemate because he'll never be able to turn to get on my tail, and I'm having a hard time getting on his tail. So we're kind of like in a circle of death here. And it's more of a defensive move on his part because he's in no position to attack me. But one thing he is doing, he's taking me out of this game. In another replay, I talk about fighting indirectly, where you don't need to just go up to your opponent and kill him. If you distract them, you let your other teammates do something else. So look at this guy. He's taking me out of this battle. I have done pretty much nothing, instead get 1 military base. And I'm just falling into his trap. He's dictating what's going on right now. And if you look around, when he's in this kind of position, he can just hit F4 and send bots on me. And look what's around me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 enemies and only 3 allies. So I'm in no position to do anything useful in this battle. And it's all because of this guy. He used his claim property, he used the advantages that he have, and he made it very difficult for me. Look, I'm hitting him, and I still can't take him out. I still can't get that death, the death punch that I want. Finally, as you can see, his wing was damaged, so he lost the ability to turn. So he decides to make a horizontal turn, and this is where I'm able to get him. So went to the horizontal, and I'm able to take him out there. Well, what good did that do me? I took him out, and look, the battle's already over. I'm trying to get as much as I can, but it doesn't matter. The game is done. And if you look at the stats here, he was able to get 6,800, the bomber 7,000, and the 0 8,000. So they did their job, and on my team, our bomber was AFK, and only the bullfighter went over 5,000 personal points. So I just wanted to show that vertical fighting and what he did in the BF-109E. When someone's doing that to you, try to cut into their turn by going horizontally. and it was kind of like a circle of death because none of us can escape from that. I couldn't disengage. I don't have the performance or the health to just disengage that battle. And when I dogfight, I want to be in control of the engagement. I want to decide when I attack and when I can leave. But he was doing this, and he took that away from me. So credit to him, credit to their team. They did a good job. They won, and I just thought it was a little interesting dogfight there to kind of show. So that was it for this one. See you guys next time.